Welcome in, everybody, to another broadcast here on the SHL Network, live on YouTube. A big-time rivalry matchup with a ticket to the 2023 SHL Final on the line. This is Spartans-Titans North-South, GBN versus GBS Game 3. Dylan Ward here to take you through all the action this evening alongside our analyst Luke Jordan and sideline reporter Max Anderson. Both these teams fighting to continue their seasons. We'll send it down to Max now as he stands by with Glenbrook South head coach Jim Philbin.
Hey, Jim, getting ready up here. So, Jim, obviously a really tough loss in the state playoffs, but you get one more chance with this historic group at GBS behind the bench. What's it mean to give one more opportunity with these guys?
I think it's a great opportunity. It was a tough week of practice, a little somber. Our goal was to win state, but we're done with that. Need to put it behind us. We got SHL playoffs right now. Winner goes to the championship game against Green, and we're hoping to be there.
This GBN side beat you guys for the first time in 7 matchups in Game 2 of this series. What do you got to do to flip the script and get into that championship game?
Just got to play our game that we've been playing all season. Strong defense, shut down neutral zone. We need our transition game to get back behind North D and get some pucks to the net and cause some commotion down low.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck. Dylan, back to you.
Thanks, Max. Jim Philbin, the longtime 30-plus year head coach of this Glenbrook South hockey program. Now, Luke Jordan joining me here in the broadcast booth to my left. I want to talk about, Glenbrook South's been finding a way to win games with not very many goals scored. They scored 2 and then 1 in the the quarterfinals against St. Viator to sweep them. Huge part of that is Luke Winger between the pipes.
Yeah, Winger has done incredible. He's posted over a .964 save percentage in these SHL playoffs. He's done a great job overall, but the offense really needs to get rid of whatever's going on in their mind right now because they're averaging 2.25 goals per game in these playoffs, something you don't typically see from the Titans offense. So I think Coach Philbin says it just about right where he says just got to play our game that we have been playing all season because I think right now they're in a little bit of a mental and scoring slump, and that's the reason they're not putting pucks in the back of the net, Dylan.
So Winger gets the nod for Glenbrook South. For Glenbrook North, it'll be Michael Raderman, the sophomore. Nate Kasdan, their main guy who's been in most of the games this season. Raderman comes in after Kasdan allowed 4 goals to York, and Raderman's been in net for the entire SHL playoffs up until now, and he gets another nod here in Game 3.
Yeah, Raderman, obviously, he's not really mentioned that much when you bring up the battle between these goaltenders positively, but Raderman's still a great goaltender, and he's also very young. He's got to just pretend he's a senior, got to have the experience tonight in a very pressuring game like this.
Well, Max talked about it. Both these teams are out of the state tournament, and in this congested schedule situation that pushes the SHL playoffs all the way till now, it's kind of a rare situation for 2 teams to be playing in an SHL playoff game where the loser doesn't play again this season.
Yeah, that is very bizarre. You said it hasn't happened since 2019, but it happens on occasion, and that was New Trier and Loyola, correct?
Yeah, they had to do a 1-game final just to get the playoffs done, the SHL playoffs, before they crowned a state champion. We already have our state matchup. It's New Trier Green and York, so both these teams fighting for this and this only for the rest of the season.
I think this just goes to show you that this league is so competitive and that any game is anybody's prize because the state championship, yet it's New Trier and York. York's not in the SHL final. It'll be one of these 2 teams tonight, so I'm excited, Dylan.
Jimmy Olson, our technical engineer, as always. Matt Freeman and Joel Schneider behind the cameras tonight. Gerard Boris controlling the clock. One more time, Dylan Ward alongside Luke Jordan and Max Anderson down at ice level. Game 3 of this best 2 out of 3. GBS won Game 1 on home ice, 5-4. GBN with a Game 2 win, 6-1 in Northbrook. And we're back here in Glenview.
Yeah, hopefully it's some big home advantage if you're a Titans fan, as it looks like they're packing in quite the student section.
Yeah, guys, I'm just looking back towards your direction, and just about every seat is filled at this point, a couple on the edges, but we're just about packed here in the arena, and as you can see around the glass and up in the second level, lots of people watching in. It's a completely full house.
Kind of the lower capacity side of all the SHL rinks here at the newly renovated Glenview Ice Center, but When the stands are completely full, boy, does it feel packed in here.
Yeah, it's something you love to go to hockey games and see. It doesn't matter the size of the rink. It matters how filled it is, how loud it is, and I have a feeling it's going to be pretty loud tonight.
So one more time, the starting goaltenders. Schmidt starting goaltenders. Luke Winger for GBS. Michael Raderman for Glenbrook North. Luke and I, and Max as well, will keep a close eye out for our Schmidt goaltending save of the game at some point throughout this contest as we get underway at the Glenview Ice Center. Both these teams looking to go to the SHL final against New Trier Green, a one-game set next week. Quick icing right off the hop against GBN will result in a defensive zone face-off for the Spartans, just 11 seconds elapsed.
Yeah, so you said Centennial Ice Arena, that will be a neutral site?
Technically, it's New Trier's home, but they don't play any SHL games there. Their logo's on the ice. As a matter of fact, the only other SHL game played at that barn this season was a neutral site game between Glenbrook North and Glenbrook South on the day before Thanksgiving.
That was a game I wanted to go to really bad, but I couldn't.
Well, the atmosphere was electric. It always is on that Thanksgiving Eve. This is a big-time rivalry. Two original teams from the SHL, part of this league since its formation in 2012-13. Macinter can't get around Asher Vanderplug, one of 4 listed defensemen available for the Titans tonight, as Michael Algrim out with personal leave, Ryan Mulvey with an injury, and Owen Almberg suspended for this one.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for Coach Philbin to juggle all that, but he did say he's going to put some of his top forwards there in the defensive spot, and we'll see how it works out.
Guys, all the more reason the GBN's really got to focus on the forecheck early. Make these defensemen for GBS really work when you're shorthanded. You want to try to drive that fatigue factor if you're a Spartan fan.
Jacob Smith intercepted by Grant Loughran. He will dump it in. Raderman settles it down behind the cage. Jacob Smith, the defenseman who scored 2 goals in Game 3 last round against York, including the overtime winner for the Spartans to advance to this round. They lost Game 1 of that series, came back to win it. They're trying to do the same thing. Adrian Sokol, backhander. He was pressured by Adnan. Jason Ban throws it up high. Zach Freemuth, he will shoot, and that gets deflected wide. Freemuth, one of those guys Jim Philbin said we might be seeing play back a little bit as this one goes out to neutral ice. Here comes Michael Dimov. 1-on-3, gets a shot away, and that missed the cage. Jason Ban tipped it ahead. Will Stevens into the zone. Goes to a backhander, tough angle save. Raderman, rebound. Ban gets a shot away as well, and Michael Raderman 3 for 3 early. Long stretch pass looking for Dimov, but it gets sent back to GBN zone. Owen Just, the big star on this team. Ahead for Adnan. Adnan centers it to the slot, sticked away by Steenstrup. They get it back, they try a shot. Blocked in front, now it's bobbling. Rebound, Steenstrup finds it, gives it away to Owen Just. Owen Just with a shot. That one misses the net wide.
Really like the pressure that the Spartans have right now on the Titans. Dimov
given away to Will Stevens. Stevens gives it up, Owen Just. Up high, Ryan Rossi scores! Ryan Rossi with the innocent wrist shot from the point. His 3rd goal of SHL play this season breaks the ice in Glenview.
Guys, GBS bench incredulous. They think that was played by a high stick on the deflection. You can see the referees having a conversation. We'll see if it stands. It was awfully, awfully close.
Yeah, Dylan, I believe Aiden Siegel might have gotten credited this goal as he might have just deflected it right as it was about to pass the goal line. So I'm very curious on who they're going to credit this to, but it looks like Siegel led the high 5 line.
Guys, you've got an extra look up there. It was awfully close here in live action. He definitely got the deflection, and I'm not surprised that was waved. It did look like it might have been above the crossbar.
Wow.
But that was in live action. Not sure what you guys could see up there.
Max Anderson down at ice level, spot on, and it will be no goal. Here with 14:21 to go in the first, we stay scoreless after Ryan Rossi thought he opened the scoring. I don't know, Jimmy, if we can get another replay of that goal. Maybe not, that's fine, but Max, you had a good look at it.
Yeah, on first instinct, guys, I thought the stick was above the crossbar.
So now the explanation at the Glenbrook North bench. Referee talking to usually an assistant coach, Ben Stein. No Evan Polakidis, head coach of Glenbrook North, out with a suspension following too many penalties in that game against Stevenson in the Elite Eight. And we hear the announcement over the loudspeaker, no goal, followed by some applause here on the left side of the barn.
Yeah, that's going to take some air out of the tires for the Spartans. They thought they had the quick 1-0 lead in a crucial game. That could be their last game of the season. And now that you know it's a no goal, you got to play just like you were at the start of the game, but it's going to hurt a little bit knowing that did not count.
And Max, Jim Philbin is angry down there at the bench. Not only was it no goal, he gets an attacking zone faceoff. Any reason?
And also they felt like GBN's change there was late. Of course, GBS gets last change.
Good pickup. We'll drop the puck and just continue playing here. Vander Plug giving up to Wilson in neutral ice, and Wilson will dump it down. Adrian Sokol in his own zone. Gets it ahead. Wyatt Sherwood just out of his reach. They could have had a 2-on-1, but instead chasing after it is Noah Wilson. Give away Jack Mulvey. Wojula shoots, and what a save by Michael Raderman. Boy, it's early, guys, but that might have been the save of the game presented by Schmidt Goaltending.
That is a save that not many goalies can pull off as Winger covers up that one. Raderman, just desperation. He knows that puck might and probably will go in. He's just got to sprawl his body out there, and he does it perfectly. I'm sure if Wes was here with us, he would have loved to see that.
So both goalies, 4 out of 4 here, Winger and Raderman. Really in this series, that's been the make or break factor in Game 1 and Game 2. Luke Winger with an uncharacteristic performance in Game 2 as this puck falls. Adrian Sokol lost it. Dimov got it to Just. Owen Just intercepted and blocked by Freemuth, who gets it out to Jason Ban. Needs to get around Katsamakis, finds a way, takes a shot that hit the side of the net. Maybe a piece for Raderman as well. Jacob Smith down below his own goal line. Feeds it to Siegel. Aiden Siegel, not much to work with there. Titans try and clear it. Kept alive by Katsamakis down to the slot. Siegel shoots, and Lochran makes a block. Now a fight for the puck beyond the GBS goal line. Adrian Sokol and Siegel tied up. Some of the fans want a holding the stick call. They're not going to get one.
Saw a lot of hands fly up to my left, but not the officials.
That's the only one that matters at the end of the day, as Ventura comes up high. Passes it down low for Jason Ban. Ban goes to the right point. Lochran can't keep it in the zone, so he'll have to turn around and fire it back in. Coming up on 5 minutes into this one, no goals in the game. GBN thought they scored, but the goal was waved off due to a high stick, tipping it into the net. Schoenberg down low, gets taken down, no call as Tutsius tries to get it out. Smith shoots from the left point, and Winger gobbles up that one.
Guys, so far early, you're seeing GBN get a little bit more success in the slot than you're used to with GBS. Got to wonder what the short defensive bench is having an impact early. Of course, Allenberg out, such a huge defensive presence all season long. State honors, league honors as well. So something to keep an eye on is some of that space in the middle of the ice.
3 all SHLers on the ice right now. Luke Winger in net, Zach Freemuth, and Owen Just for GBN. Obviously, we talked about it. Owen Allenberg also named to that all-SHL team, but he is not available. Second place voting in Defenseman of the Year in the Scholastic Hockey League. Connor Steiner, who scored his first goal of the season last game. Giving up, Matt Callahan down into the zone, takes a shot, was going wide, but Raderman sticks the glove out anyway, and we stop again.
I really like how back and forth this game has been so far. It looks like we're doing for a good tilt tonight. I'd say a little bit outplaying the Titans are the Spartans right now, but other than that, it's been pretty back and forth.
When GBN defeated GBS in Game 2 6-1, that was the first time the Titans lost by 4 or more this season, and it was by 5. Unfamiliar territory. Jim Philbin talking about how these multi-sport athletes, the baseball players, lacrosse players, needing to get up early every day, Monday through Friday, for practice, and it's been tiring them out. especially with the shorthanded bench. They need all the power they can get tonight.
Yep.
Rafalowski taken down from behind. Tutsius gets the puck back. Alex Tutsius given away below the goal line, then falls down, and then Winger will pin it up on the side of the net.
And you talk about Coach Philbin talking about how a lot of his players are tired from their multi-sport affairs, but he's not just talking like 6:30 in the morning. He said these guys have been up at 4:30 in the morning, running miles, then going and playing hockey at night. As somebody who's played 2 sports at once, 2 normal practices would have me laying on the floor by the time I got home, so I can't imagine what some of these Titan players are going through.
Colin Cyphers dumps it down below the line. Cooper Schallen plays it below the cage again. Cyphers races in there. The puck goes up high. Brady Hendrickson down to Dahlke, trying to get around Steenstrup. He takes a shot while falling, and Luke Winger makes a big reactionary save. Fight for the puck, near side half boards. GBS's zone. Eventually it comes free to the far side. Eric Steenstrup looking to play it out. Schallen keeps it alive. Hendrickson turns around, gives it up, and Adrian Sokol's got it. He tried to get it outside the zone, but Schallen kept it in. Drop-off pass for Dahlke didn't work, and the Titans force it out. GBN will keep possession. Brady Hendrickson dumping this one down. Dahlke picking it up below the goal line. Now near corner. Up high for Wilson. He will send it low. Puck comes out to Hendrickson. He shoots, and that just missed the net. Rebound. Winger hops on top of that one to stop play. Looks like a screen for Winger on that one. Didn't have a lot of time to make the save. Lucky for him, it went wide.
Yeah, and not only the screen there, but the Spartans were moving the puck beautifully, making Winger look all over the place. And all of a sudden that shot came from the point, but he's able to track it down.
Big student sections on both sides of the rink right now. It'll be a fresh face in the SHL final, no matter what, as Ventura's shot goes into the glove. This GBS in 11 seasons of SHL play have never qualified for the championship round of the playoffs. GBN looking for their first appearance since 2015. Attacking zone faceoff for Glenbrook South wearing black sweaters. Zach Freemuth, their leading point producer, gets ready for the draw. Aiden Siegel, his opponent. Freemuth pulls it back. Lochran takes a shot deflected and goes to Freemuth. Freemuth pressured by Smith, gets the puck up to the half boards, and GBN will get possession and clear it out. Titans a hair offsides there as Jason Ban had a spill. He couldn't get back over the line in time and will freeze again. Still scoreless in the first.
Speaking of Ban, he's been a key part of this Titans team. He had 29 points in 30 games in the regular, or that's everything combined. And he was also one of the players considered at playing defense tonight by Coach Philbin, but he's not out there on defense yet.
Philbin still just cycling his available defensemen. Jason Ban, who you were just talking about, takes a shot, he scores! What a ripper from the left side, and bar down knocks the water bottle off and opens the scoring.
Yeah, poor Raderman, I don't think he's going to be able to get a sip of that water because that shot might have just put a hole through the bottle. That was an absolute blazer by Jason Ban.
Number 44 on the Titans. It's his second goal of the SHL playoffs. Scored in game 1 in this series. And that's just the start that the Titans bench was looking for. Back underway as GBN wins the faceoff. Max, you know this. The biggest thing we talk about here on J&M Broadcast is the next shift following a goal, whether you scored it or conceded it.
And GBN has their checking line out. They want some energy on that shift right after the goal. You see with Steiner, Rafalowski.
Now here's Katsamakis entering the zone. Down to the near side, left point. They try and keep it in, but it leaks out. GBN will keep possession. Rafalowski to Josh Jenin, back into the Titans zone. Lochran springs ahead Jack Mulvey. Mulvey down to the corner, puts on the brakes, fights off a check for the puck. They still battle for it. Wojala throws it behind the cage and easily grabbed by Noah Masinter, taken down. That'll be a Titan penalty when they touch the puck, which is now. And the first team to head to the power play will be Glenbrook North.
And from what I've observed so far, the officials have actually been calling the game pretty loosely. There is a good elbowing and slashing that they could have maybe called on that recent shift, but they happen to get that one there. And now it's a Spartans power play for a dominant Spartans power play squad.
Guys, we all know the intensity that a GBN, GBS game can bring, and I anticipate these officials keeping a very close eye on how things go post-whistle. Wouldn't be surprised if things tighten up, especially as the game goes along, and depending on how the game goes, frustrations build or go one way or the other.
GBN 26.9 on the power play, best in the SHL. GBS on the penalty kill, 88.9. That's also best in the SHL. So big special teams matchup. Here's Katsamakis. Jacob Smith back for Katsamakis. Connor Katsamakis dumps it down the right wing side, rings around the boards and comes to the left. And the Titans force it out. Jason Ban poking it ahead. He wants a shorthanded look, and instead he's going to draw a penalty, and that puts a quick halt to the Spartans power play. We'll see some 4-on-4.
I think some people are going to say that was a diving act by Jason Ban, but I think he legitimately lost his edge there. He was clearly tied up in the stick for quite a while.
Luke, I think he would have been off and going if he wasn't hooked there. I think that was absolutely the right call. He looked like he was about to have a breakaway from just about center ice in.
Exactly.
So the puck will be dropped in the Titans attacking zone, circle to Michael Raderman's left. 4-on-4 action, Titans lead 1-0. Goal by Jason Ban, assisted by his first line mates, Freemuth and Nick Ventura. Jack Mulvey ready for the face-off to start the 4-on-4. Goes to Rossi, and now Adnan will play it out. A little bit more open ice out there with one skater less per side. Jack Mulvey plays it to Nick Ventura, who arcs this one into the zone, went on target, and Michael Raderman forced to make a very easy save, but one nonetheless. Rossi to Adnan. Just racing in there. Adnan pulls it back and plays it back for Rossi. Jenin taps it ahead. Owen just trying to pull it ahead of Vanderplug. He just barely couldn't beat him out. Adnan dumps this puck down into the Titans' end. Vanderplug behind the cage, plays it to the far side. Nick Ventura in the corner. 35 more seconds left of 4-on-4 before it'll be a short 27-second GBS power play. Just to Rossi. Ryan Rossi puts on the brakes, puck in the corner, and the loose one is grabbed by Nick Ventura for the Titans. Now Adrian Sokol ahead to Ventura, kicking it to his stick and dumping it down, and I think that caught something on the north bench.
Guys, I mentioned earlier a couple empty seats in the upper corners of the rink. That is no longer true. It's completely packed up there. Probably another 50 standing around you. Got maybe 100 to 200 circling the boards down here at ice level. Even though both these teams are out of the state playoffs, this is still north-south for a chance to go to the SHL final. It is packed in here.
Yeah, and we can't see the near side of the boards along the glass, but I can only imagine they're packed here on the near side as well, opposite to the benches. Penalty against the Titans is over, so they have a power play for 29 seconds as this one misses the net, dumped all the way down. Pinned up against the corner. 3 Titans in there, 1 Spartan, and Glenbrook South will get the puck here. Lochran gives it to Freemuth. Zach Freemuth ahead to Jason Ban. Ban down the left wing side, centered it, looking for a tip by Freemuth. Didn't get one there. Lochran then shoots. That's blocked by Sherwood, and the Spartans poke it out. They have numbers. Rafalowski takes a shot, stopped by Winger, and he deflects it up into the netting.
For a lot of people in these stands, they think it's a great save by Luke Winger, but for Winger, that is just a routine save for him. He knows he can make that one, and he makes it right there, sticks it out of play, and now a change for what looks like it'll be both teams.
That short power play is over, so we go back to 5-on-5. You can mark both teams as 0 for 1 on the power play if you're scoring at home. Freemuth against Siegel at the dot. Faceoff is won by the Titans. Sokol plays it ahead to Zach Freemuth. Freemuth through the neutral zone. Doesn't have much help, but gets it ahead of Smith. Zach Freemuth down in the corner. Pressuring for the puck. It goes back up to the right point. Grant Lochran, his shot gets tipped away. Jason Band left side. Tried to center it, but it gets deflected high. Siegel tried to get it out of the zone. Freemuth kept it in the zone. He takes a shot. Just threw it to the net, and that missed the cage. 5:30 to go in period 1 of 3 here at the Glenview Community Ice Center as this dump in by GBN goes out of play to draw another whistle with 5:27.
Saw it coming the whole way, guys.
I was just about to ask you where that went. I had no idea where it flung to. Max just got a souvenir.
All right.
Nice little double-sided logo Glenbrook South puck here. I don't know if camera's on me or not.
Yeah, some teams get their own pucks, especially for games. I know when these two teams play at Centennial Ice Rink in Wilmette every Thanksgiving Eve, they have special pucks with both teams' logos on them. Adrian Sokol back to Vanderplug. For the most part, we have seen two listed defensemen out for Jim Philbin's side when they play 5-on-5. As GBN has it in neutral ice, Macinter from half the rink into Winger's glove. Good look at our goalie cam there. Of course, that's presented by New Trier Hockey Club, who awaits the winner of these two teams. I'm sure there's plenty of New Trier Green players, if not here at the barn, tuned in right now on YouTube.
I was going to say, I saw a couple in the arena at least.
Scouting for next week's one-game elimination SHL final before heading to the United Center to take on York in the Illinois State Championship. This one goes into the glove of Luke Winger for another stoppage.
I was just about to say, it sounds like a pretty fun week for New Trier, huh? That's that Wednesday SHL Championship and then the UC on Sunday. I think that's something that everybody dreams of as a player.
Dylan, remind me if I'm wrong. I think if GBN wins, it's on Tuesday, and if GBS wins, it's on Wednesday. Do I have that right?
Yeah, you got that right, and it's because the GBS lacrosse team has a game on Tuesday, which would take out about 6 or 7 guys on the Glenbrook South roster, obviously including Luke Winger, and so they don't want to have to deal with that. So if GBN wins, it'll be Tuesday night. If GBS wins, it'll be Wednesday night, but same time and place, regardless, 7 p.m. at Centennial Ice Rink in Wilmette.
Yeah, that's what mixed me up then, because on the website it said Wednesday, and I was like, because I remember you guys mentioning something about that. Oh,
They try and tap it into an open net. Puck is sitting in the blue paint, and it's no goal. Stopped by Luke Winger, and Macinter had a wide open net there. Boy, I'm sure we get a good look of that on our goalie cam.
here's one of the angles right there, and that looks really close. Here's the goalie cam. See if they tap it in here. Comes around.
From my angle, guys, down here, it didn't look like it crossed, although I'll take the goal cam angle over mine, but just here down on ice level, I didn't think it went in.
Yeah, it looks like just right there they couldn't put in the put back. They had a chance to tap it. I believe it was Anthony Rafalowski.
So now we get another delay. Officials over talking to Jim Philbin on the Titans bench. I'm not sure if you're gathering anything from down there, Max, but we'll send it to you.
Oh, wow, guys, we're going to have a penalty shot for GBN here. Apparently a defenseman covered the puck in the crease. I'm not sure if that was able to be seen on the replay from the goal cam. I didn't notice it in real time.
We'll take another look because Owen Just is getting ready for the penalty shot here. And no better guy for Glenbrook North than Owen Just to take this shot. Just their leading scorer by a mile with 22 goals, 28 assists for a total of 50. And he has a chance to tie the game with 4 minutes to go in the opening period. One-on-one, two SHL first-teamers, Just versus Winger. As the officials continue to talk at center ice, I'm sure they're just going over it. And we do have a holding the puck penalty against Glenbrook South, not listed to any specific player on game sheet as of yet. We'll keep you guys posted, but for now, it'll be one-on-one. 97 in white against 39 in black. So we continue this long delay here just to get everything straightened out. And actually, they're not going to have Just do it. They're going to have Josh Jenin instead, the 13-goal scorer in SHL play. Not sure why they switched it up.
I just got another look at it here. I pulled it up on my phone. Really tough to see. You definitely see a defenseman's glove in the paint, but just too much commotion to really be able to see whether it was covered or not.
Are they taking Just out there because he's not eligible to take that penalty shot?
That's what I'm wondering. Maybe we'll get an explanation at some point later in the game, but
yeah, it's got to be a player on the ice, guys.
Yeah, that makes sense. So Josh Shannon was on the ice, and he will get a chance instead of just one-on-one with Luke Winger. Josh Jenin thinking what he's going to pull out of his bag of tricks against one of the top goaltenders in the state, the goaltender of the year in the Scholastic Hockey League.
As a player, and obviously it's very tough as a goalie, but it's tough because you got a lot of thoughts flooding in your mind, and you don't know which move you're going to go to until it comes to the last second. So let's see what Jenin does here.
So it'll go against Jack Mulvey for covering the puck in the crease. And Josh Jenin is ready. He waits for the whistle. Jim Philbin still talking with the referees here, and we've been stopped for maybe about 3-4 minutes of real time. Fans starting to get loud as Glenbrook South student section behind Luke Winger.
Yeah, it's a tough crowd for a penalty shot, to say the least.
Glenbrook North students to their feet, down to our right. And we finally get the whistle. Here comes Josh Jenin to tie the game. He shoots and scores! Josh Jenin, with 4 minutes to go in the first period, capitalizes on the penalty shot, and it's 1-1.
Let's take a look at this replay here. That was a beautiful snipe by Jenin. No dekes needed.
Yeah, doesn't do anything fancy there at all. It's just sort of a snipe.
He comes in just before the poke check distance a winger's stick evaluates, and he just snipes it right above his pad. I mean, that is perfect placement by Jenin.
Somebody the Spartans have been relying on all year, number 19. Having a fantastic season so far and a huge goal for Glenbrook North right there. Winner of this game goes to the SHL final in this Game 3 of the best 2-out-of-3 series. Owen Just throws it to the net. Backhander saved by Luke Winger on the shot from Dimov. Now here comes Jason Ban, the Titans goal scorer. He'll try and score from the same spot. He gets blocked that time. Noah Wilson, stretch pass, looking for Dimov in his skates, gets it back. Michael Dimov down to the near side corner. Owen Just now with the puck. Owen Just right circle around Freemuth. Tapped it to Wilson, or so he wanted to, but he wasn't in a good position. Now Siegel, then Dimov. Both can't get enough good wood on that shot, and it'll be cleared out to neutral ice.
Guys, Philbin really laying into his defenseman. Wants them to be marking in the defensive zone better. Feel like they're giving up way too many good chances around the net right now.
Owen Just trying to get around Adrian Sokol. Now a pin up against the boards. Again, 4 defensemen out there. I wouldn't be surprised if somewhat soon we see him start pushing some forwards back to defense like Freemuth, Jason Ban, maybe even Nick Ventura. Grant Lochran, what a move, all the way to the net, takes a shot. Saved by Raderman, but draws a penalty. And it'll be a hooking call to send GBS to the power play.
I think some people thought for a second that that could be a penalty shot too, but it looks like we'll just be getting the 2 minutes there.
Jacob Smith heads to the penalty box. Grant Loughran, one of the best two-way defensemen on this team, has plenty of assists for Glenbrook South, but actually only scored 1 goal in SHL play, and it was the overtime winner against St. Viator to clinch the series. 1-0 the final score of that game. So now GBS, 17.8% on the power play, 7th place in the SHL. GBN, while they have a killer power play themselves on the penalty kill, only 77.5%, second to worst in the SHL. Here's a shot from the point, stopped by Raderman. Quick whistle, just 5 seconds in. Spartans leading shots on goal, 14-11. Game tied at 1. Jack Mulvey against Noah Macinter. Puck falls, and it's won by the Spartans. It'll go down to the corner. Macinter tried to clear it out, kept alive by Sokol, but then ultimately Rafalowski will send it the length. Zach Freemuth drops it off for Jack Mulvey. Mulvey over the line, right wing side, takes a shot, short side, and no hole there for the sophomore goaltender, Michael Raderman.
Good stop by Raderman there. I think he was a little bit scared for a second, didn't know where that was in equipment. Then he eventually got the feel for it. Now he feels a lot more confident after making another save. That is 11 on the night for Raderman already with
Guys,
2:03.
just spotted some York Dukes in the house as well. They're getting ready for their state championship game, but taking in a little SHL semifinal.
And that's not a short drive, too. From Addison to Glenview, Grant Loughran scores! That hits something on its way. Nonetheless, it's a power play goal for the Titans, and they get the lead back.
Yeah, clearly took change of direction there, and it left no chance for Raderman. Looks like Freemuth is going to get credited the goal here.
We'll take a look at the replay, get a better idea.
Yeah, it looks like Freemuth got the tip as he dove there, like he lost his edge. But he still got a stick on it, and Raderman couldn't get to it in time. So Freemuth will get credited the goal.
The Glenbrook South Star gets his 23rd goal of SHL play, his 5th of this SHL playoff tournament in game number 5. Managed a hat trick in game 1. Each of these teams traded off hat tricks in the first 2 games of the series. Zach Freemuth with 3 goals in the opener. And then in game 2, it was Ryan Sandler getting the HT.
A lot of boos right now. Max, are you able to see what's going on here?
You know, I was just catching up with a couple of Trevians down here who I'm going to talk to between periods. I think they might be calling the goal off, but I did not quite pay attention to it.
Well, the booing was coming from the Glenbrook North side.
Yeah.
And it looked like they were talking to the linesman. The goal will stand. There's no penalty called, but kind of a delayed reaction for the boos if it's just for the goal against. We'll have to certainly look into that as we continue onward. Matt Callahan punches this one down into the zone. It'll go below the goal line. Katsamakis to the near side. Up high it goes, and they can't keep it in the zone as Steiner gets taken down. No call. Grant Loughran with the primary assist on the go-ahead goal for GBS, took the shot that Freemuth deflected, number 18 in black. Will Stevens giving away, Katsamakis with it. Final minute of play in the first period. Jacob Smith chipping this one down. Loser of this game is done for the season. Both these teams playing for a chance in the 2023 SHL final. This shot by Ventura goes high of the crossbar. Then it's picked up by Jason Ban. His shot in and out of the glove of Raderman, and he will hang on to it.
Yeah, you talk about this potentially being the last game. Well, will be the last game for one of these teams, but potentially for whichever one loses. Not really wording that well there, but I was talking to one of the fans who actually plays for BGHW, and he said, yeah, no, one of my cousins plays for this team. He said that at the end of the game, they just might full-on fight. And I was like, and Max brought up how the refs are going to tighten up on it. Sure hope they do, because you don't want that to happen.
Well, it has been a lightly penalized game according to the official book, but of course we've seen some calls that weren't called. Here's Rossi taking a shot, and traffic on the way. That never got to net.
Spartans got to know where to be there on that rebound. They had 3 of their forwards all on that right half of the ice. Nobody there on the left side for that backdoor rebound.
Lots of shots already. 15-14. A narrow margin led by Glenbrook North. Even in that 6-1 win for GBN, it was the Titans who led shots in that game, 31-30. Raderman just had a stellar performance in the Spartan crease. Another face-off. Loughran finds it, clears it out. 10 seconds on the clock, maybe time for one more rush by Glenbrook North. They'll dump it in. Adrian Sokol, and this one gets played out of bounds. So one more drop of the puck with 4 seconds left will take place in the Titans D zone.
Yeah, Siegel was really pointing there at the circle right to the left of Luke Winger. He really wants his offensive zone faceoff to win back to his wingers or defensemen and get a quick release with 4.7 seconds left. It's plenty of time to score a goal.
Glenbrook South wins the faceoff, and that'll run out the clock. So after one period, it's the Titans who lead 2-1 over Glenbrook North. Shots on goal favor the Spartans 15-14 here at the Glenview Ice Center, and the teams will meet at their benches. Luke, if you're the coach of both these teams, what are you saying to your guys after that first period? We'll start with Glenbrook North.
Glenbrook North, I know that they're losing right now on the scoreboard, but I think they've been playing very good and keeping in with a team that on paper is truly better than them. I think you just got to keep playing your ways. You've had a pretty good forecheck. Only issue is you're stacking up players in front of that crease, but they're not in the right spots. So therefore, a lot of the rebounds just squeak out instead of just being a putback opportunity. They could have a couple more goals if they were placed perfectly. You know, Johnny on the spot, but that's not always going to happen. So you can't get too mad at him for it, but it's definitely something to fix.
Well, the Titans, again, offensively struggled. Looking to score some more goals. Max, we're going to send it down to you.
Yeah, guys, I'm here with Wyatt Schmidt and Ian Finger. Guys, you guys are waiting for your your championship SHL game at the UC. When you come to a game like this, how much are you watching as a fan, and how much are you actually doing some scouting?
I think it's 100% scouting. I think that looking at both these teams' first lines is really important no matter who wins that. That's where they get their offense from. So I think it's really important to kind of look around and see how they respond to these big games.
Wyatt, you've been in net for big games throughout this season. Obviously a big one here, Game 3 in a rivalry game. What's a mindset for a guy like Winger, and on the opposite side like Raderman?
You know, I think it's just staying calm in big games like this, right? You can't be too riled up or amped up. You got to be relaxed, be calm in net.
Appreciate it, guys. Good checking in with you. We'll see you Tuesday or Wednesday night for the final, and of course at the UC. Good luck. Guys, back up to you.
Thanks, Max. That is interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how Nutra handles that. 2 big championship games that will have a lot of people at them and honestly mean a lot because, you know, obviously they say that the state championship is, you know, what gets remembered. It's, you know, the more important championship to win, but there's a lot of players in this league and coaches that would agree that the SHL playoffs are more difficult to win than that state title just because of the best 2 out of 3 format. Katsamakis shoots, looking for a tip. That one went wide. We've switched sides, period of the long change, so now teams shooting on the same sides as their big student sections. Glenbrook North in the attacking zone. Macinter gave it up to Jack Mulvey, who gets it to Wojcila. Kasper Wojcila off the board. Sherwood, they can't catch up to it before Katsamakis got it. Into the zone, Macinter. Gave it up, Jack Mulvey again. Pokes it ahead. Mulvey flips it into the zone. Sherwood. No offsides or high stick there as both the linesman and referee wave the hands now. Siegel in on net, seemingly out of nothing, had a huge chance there, and it wouldn't go. Now Sherwood looking to collect a pass off the boards. Raderman, it gets to him first, and he swipes it away.
Great play by Raderman. He knew that if he got his glove on that, it could have been jammed loose, and he just sticks it away. Beautiful idea.
Freemuth tipping this one ahead for himself. Zach Freemuth centered it for Ben. He had a wide open net, and he tipped it wide. No save required for Raderman, just a flat out miss. Ventura then shoots. That gets blocked. What a sequence. Adrian Sokol scores! From the left side, found the top right corner, and rides the horse. Titans have a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, I was about to say those huge opportunities are something they wish they had back, but not anymore after Sokol comes in huge with that third opportunity, and now it's 3 goals for the Titans.
Adrian Sokol, one of the 4 defensemen dressed for Jim Philbin. 3 goals for him in SHL play coming into this one. That'll be his 4th, his first here in the playoff tournament.
And Dylan, we were talking about how they're averaging 2.25 goals a game, something you don't typically see from the Titans. I think they've really taken that monkey off their back so far, not even halfway into the game, and they got 3 goals.
We've seen the Titans offense match up well against Glenbrook North. As, of course, in that North-South game, it was a 2-0 final, but the other 2 regular season games between these clubs, both 6-2 wins for Glenbrook South. Here's Lochran throwing it on net, and Raderman steers it aside. They get it out to neutral ice. Also, you can't forget, GBN are the comeback kings here in the SHL. If you remember tuning into that game against Loyola Gold at Northbrook, I was doing sideline for that, Max play-by-play. GBN was down under halfway through the third period by 3 goals, came back to win it in a shootout. Owen Just looking to make something happen. Just sidesteps Locker and then centers it. Tipped in by Siegel, and what a save by Luke Winger. Big time reactionary stop again for 39.
The agility on Owen Just is what makes him have 50 points on the season. He's catching defenders' ankles by quickly cutting back inside, and he found that quick passing lane to the back door, but just a huge save by Winger. And my second point, that Glenbrook North comeback game, me and my dad were actually watching that on our couch, and he said that was one of the greater games he's seen on TV. So you guys did a great job, by the way.
Max, I think you'll agree with this. It just seems like every time the network is here at the barn, we get a great game.
Yeah, it's been a great year on the SHL network. I know at the end of the regular season we did a write-up on all the overtime games, all the close games. Really never a blowout when we show up. It seems like everyone seems to show up.
GBS here at the Glenview Ice Center had a 3-1 lead against York last time the network was here at this barn, and York came back to win that in a shootout. So nothing determined yet here at the Glenview Ice Center. Just throws it up high. Here's Wilson. Noah Wilson gets it down low. Here's Siegel. Michael Dimov now working for the puck. Jack Mulvey falls on top of him. And a bit of a lull here in the play, but no whistle. That puck just pinning up against the boards behind Luke Winger. And not really much movement here. This puck's still stuck. No whistle from the referee. Finally, they get it unstuck, but just for a moment. And the ref has said, I've had enough of that. It's like Coach Ben Stein, assistant coach for GBN, a little frustrated that that whistle didn't blow earlier than it did. They'll bring the face-off outside of the zone, so it'll be neutral ice GBS, maybe a break there. I thought that puck would be dropped in their defensive end.
Now some fingers pointing at the Spartans bench. I believe it might be for a late change.
Jim Philbin has been animated all game long. I think he does have a point. GBN threw some guys out there after GBS did. Of course, Glenbrook South, as the home team, gets the liberty of the last change based on what the away team puts out there, but we'll drop the puck.
and now they'll make the changes that they wanted after dumping it in.
Zach Freemuth looking for another multi-goal game in this series. Jason Ban. Up high, Adrian Sokol. Those three guys that just touched the puck are all three goal scorers for GBS. Jason Ban. High slot. Passes to Vanderplug. Asher Vanderplug plays it over the far boards and down below the goal line. Freemuth looking to chip this one out. Rafalowski blocked it, and the ref wastes no time blowing the whistle as that one pinned up against the boards. We'll get another stoppage. Spartans lead shots 19-18. Titans lead the game 3-1.
Shots and goals might not say it, but both goaltenders are playing very good right now.
Absolutely. We've seen some incredible saves. I still think that early save in the first period by Raderman is our leading candidate for Schmidt goaltending save of the game.
No question.
It'll have to take a wild stop to get one better. Here's a shot thrown to the slot, and this one goes loose, and it's grabbed by North. They will get it out and ahead off sides, and then after the whistle, Rafalowski getting into it with Adrian Sokol. Dylan Ward, Luke Jordan, Max Anderson, your crew tonight. Jimmy Olson, our technical engineer as always. Matt Freeman, Joel Schneider on the camera. Gerard Boris on the clock. Neutral zone face-off, Macinter against Jack Mulvey. Puck falls, clean win for GBN. Katsamakis will dump it into the zone. Vanderplug plays it along the boards, out of reach for Wojcila. So Jenin tips it back in. Out to neutral ice again. Katsamakis gloves it down. They'll fight for it on the near side boards in neutral ice. They continue battling for the puck. And eventually Sherwood finds it. Sherwood into the zone, maybe a 2-on-1. Wyatt Sherwood just missed the far post with that ripper. Vanderplug gave it away. Macinter centers it. Rafalowski and Luke Winger, I believe, got a piece of that.
He did.
Now Macinter, near side corner up high. Katsamakis with a blast. Luke Winger pads it away. Macinter again shoots. Another save by Luke Winger. Puck still loose. They fight for it, and the whistle sounds before it goes over the line.
Wow, that was a lot to take in there from that Spartans offense. A lot of great opportunities, and eventually they are going to cash in on one of these. And now we got some complaints from the crowd. Did you catch that, Dylan?
I did not. It looked like Vanderplug
Looked
went
like
down
a
to a
possible late cross check, too. That's certainly what GBN's bench is calling for, kind of after the whistle blew.
So another penalty that maybe should have been called that wasn't. And the Titans will make another change here. Some new defensemen as Alex Tutsius steps onto the ice. Jack Mulvey and Macinter at the dot. Face-off won by North. Down into the corner. Centering pass by Rafalowski is given up to Sherwood. Wyatt Sherwood into the zone, toe drag, and a shot saved by Raderman. And the rebound's kicked to the far side where GBN grabs it and comes the other way. Josh Jenin over the blue line, and that was just barely offsides. Call's made, the puck will drop in neutral ice. Huge crowd here at the GIC.
Now we're hearing some roars and slapping on the glass. Once again, not very sure.
I think that's happening on our near side where we can't really see them.
Yep.
One of the biggest crowds this Glenview Ice Center has ever had at a GBS game since they opened it in 2020. If you've ever been to the old Glenview Ice Center, it was right here on this site. And actually, the rink you're looking at right now is inch for inch where the old one was at the old Glenview Ice Center. Maybe you remember all those different country flags hung around. That was an iconic barn for sure, but Glenview made this renovation. In the 2019-2020 season, GBS split their home games at American Heartland Ice Arena and North Shore Ice Arena in Northbrook before moving in here. Colin Cyphers hits a man. That's Tootsius into the boards. Tootsius retaliates as they battle. A cross-check on Kane is going to be called against Will Stevens on a delayed penalty. Titans still with possession of the puck here, and finally it gets touched. So for the second time this afternoon, it'll be GBS on a power play.
Let's see what happened here in this corner again. Initial shove, just a lot of shoving, and they do get that cross check. And yeah, I would have to agree with that. It looked like it almost caught whoever got it in the neck. You said Stevens got it?
I think so, yeah.
Stevens, maybe a little bit of pain near that neck, as that must have got him above his equipment, maybe on the neck guard.
GBS puts the big guns out there. Freemuth with 7 power play goals this season. Jason Ban with 3. Nobody else on this Titans team has multiple. Left circle face off to Raderman's right. Freemuth will go against Aiden Siegel. 2 guys with the exact same number of points, 35 on the year coming into this game. Face-off won by GBS. Adrian Sokol swipes it over to Grant Loughran. Now right circle, Jason Ban with a shot. Rebound given by Raderman, but it gets thrown away. Then Jason Ban with another shot, a one-timer. Didn't get a lot on it. He is playing on his off wing right now, usually a left winger. Adrian Sokol with a shot, bidding for his second of the game, but that gets blocked on its way. Zach Freemuth to Loughran. Freemuth gets it back, kicks it to his stick and shoots, and Raderman makes the save. Ventura up high to Sokol. Now Loughran takes a shot, blocked by the stick of Sandler, who had a hat trick in game 2. Ban across. Adrian Sokol tried to go through the legs, and it's grabbed by the Spartans. Adrian Sokol keeps it in the zone. A minute gone on the GBS power play. Grant Loughran down to Ban. Kicks it back up high. Grant Loughran, he shoots. That's blocked on its way again. Ventura picks it up to Jason Ban right side across, looking for Freemuth, but laying down to get the block on the pass was Sandler. Zach Freemuth across to Jason Ban, and he whiffed on his shot. Now some action in our blind spot between Sandler and Sokol. Zach Freemuth gets it back, down to Ban. Ventura, open net, and it gets blocked. And the whistle will sound with the net off its post. A great chance for Glenbrook South, and Michael Raderman thanking the hockey gods on that one.
Guys, out of your viewing area, it was Aiden Siegel and Adrian Sokol who were tied up pretty good. Guys around the boards were banging.
Also, Ventura not happy at all as he got checked into that net, and his stick broke, I believe. As I just looked over, and a half-broken twig just flew about 40 feet in the air.
Yeah, you're right about that, as I see some of those Titan players who are not playing in this game, not dressed, hitting the glass with the broken stick. So the faceoff gets moved out to neutral ice, and that was a great start for the power play for GBS. They weren't able to capitalize, but really, correct me if I'm wrong, Luke, I don't think GBN cleared the zone once.
Yeah, they might have got it to like the neutral zone once, but GBS showing off their shoot heavy. Oh, there it is, another penalty.
Yeah, that'll go against Adrian Sokol as he takes down Owen Just. So we're going to get 19 seconds of 4-on-4, then it'll be a North power play.
And I was just about to talk about how the South power play, they're doing good at getting, they're a shoot-heavy power play offense. The issues are they're not putting enough people in front, as their people on the outsides aren't closing in quick enough. And then not only that, but a lot of shots are getting blocked through traffic. You got to wait for that shooting lane to open, otherwise it's not going to get to the net. And now this Spartans power play all around has been really solid. There's a reason that they're top of the SHL.
They should call them for embellishment.
Zach Freemuth and Aiden Siegel at the face-off circle. Puck is dropped. It's won by the Titans. Back it goes. Rafalowski, the man with the puck, Loose one's found by Freemuth, and he will send it out of the zone, and got a tip on that and actually got lucky. I think maybe he forgot that there was still some 4-on-4 time. That would have been a Titan icing, but instead it's just a regular clear. Owen Just, who drew the penalty, to the near side for Siegel. Aiden Siegel looking over his options. Goes down low. Rafalowski. Jacob Smith, right point. Back for Rafalowski, centers it. Jenin scores! Perfect passing play, tic-tac, back of the net. And the Spartans are back within one.
Watch this replay here. Josh Jenin does a great job as he's right in front of that crease, seconds prior to scoring that goal, but he does a Sidney Crosby-like type play where he finds his way out of the weeds to the slot. He is wide open. He's got plenty of time to release that puck. What a great play by Jenin, well deserving of that goal.
Guys, that was vintage GBN power play, low to high. Jenin gets it in the slot and absolutely buries it.
The Titans' penalty kill, actually coming into this game, was on a 56 out of 59 streak in their last 22 games, 95%. So GBN becomes just the fourth team to score a power play goal against the Titans in 22 games. SHL play. The Sherwood shot gets deflected high into the netting. 7:48 to go in the second period, a little over halfway through this one, regulation time anyway. Titans lead 3-2, shots on goal even 23 apiece.
Yeah, you talk about SHL Network games here being neck and neck. I think we got another one, Dylan.
Josh Jenin on hat trick watch, scored the penalty shot goal and that goal for GBN on the power play to get them back within one. 3 players on GBN have a hat trick this season. 2 of them have 2 hat tricks, Dimov and Siegel. And then Ryan Sandler, of course, in game 2 with the HT. Puck drops in GBS's attacking zone, won by their opponent. The Spartans, Hendrickson, skating through neutral ice, dumping it down the left wing side. Picked up on the near boards. Adrian Sokol battling for it. He gets it. Plays it off to the far side boards. Wilson, now Macinter. Macinter lets it go. It missed the net wide. Spartans try a wraparound, but Rafalowski couldn't get clean possession of it to attempt. Spartans still have it. Here's a shot off the stick of Macinter, and Luke Winger makes a save.
I think Winger's got to know where he is in his net there because he's had a couple of chances now where he goes out to play that wide puck and then it comes back and bounces and he's not in his post in time, and they could have maybe jammed that in and tied up the game at 3, but for now we stay 3-2 Titans.
Luke, you're exactly right. It can work in a positive way and a negative way. Luke Winger, one of the most aggressive goalies I've ever seen. Jim Philbin likes to call him his 6th skater back there. He's got 23 saves on 25 shots. This one centered to the slot. Siegel turns around, fires. That's blocked. Freemuth out to Ban. Jason Ban, after stepping over center ice, will dump it down. Raderman sets it up for Smith, but Freemuth races in there. Zach Freemuth lost the puck after being overmanned, so it gets out to Michael Dimov, who gets taken down. No penalty called. Smith will dump it in the zone. Sokol gloves it down to himself. Off the glass, looking to clear it out, kept alive by Siegel. But this centering pass deflects to GBS, and they get it to neutral ice. Dumped right back in there by the Spartans. Adrian Sokol. Touching it ahead for Nick Ventura. Nick Ventura into the zone, gets taken down. No penalty there either. Jack Mulvey tried to go right by the net. Rebound Sherwood, and no goal. It was sitting on the goal line. Raderman waves it off as well as the play goes the other way. Now here comes Owen Just, sticked away, and we have a penalty, a cross check that stops our action here.
I'm not sure if we can get the goal cam there. It looks like it was going to trickle in, and it didn't take an unlucky bounce to get out there. Let's see. Let me squint my eyes real quick at this one. I think it took an unlucky bounce and just trickled. I have never seen that.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Guys, I don't know if you've noticed, you got a section of about 20 people looking over your shoulder at that replay also.
Yeah.
A lot of people behind you trying to get a look at it.
Us being here doesn't just benefit the viewers at home. People love getting a look at our replays.
Yeah, we know people all the time will have us in their ear while they're watching this game. So if you're here at Glenview Ice Center and have us in your ear, thank you as always.
So GBN right back to the power play. They just scored on it. Just down to Rafalowski. Below the goal line being pressured by Loughran. Rafalowski to Jenin. Up to Just. He shoots looking for a tip. Didn't get it. Back up high to Owen Just. It hopped over his stick and leaks out to neutral ice. Rafalowski trying to get ahead of Steenstrup, and he dumps it down. Here's Jacob Smith. Feeds it to Owen Just. Just goes cross ice, finds Siegel with it off the boards. Aiden Siegel down to the corner. Taken away by Glenbrook South again. They'll skate through neutral ice, shorthanded. Jason Ban with a shot blocked by Owen Just. The leading point producer on GBN making a great defensive play there on one of the hardest shots in the league. Siegel touches it down low. Rafalowski couldn't get a clean hold of it. Freemuth ahead to Ban. Here come the Titans again, shorthanded. Pinned down into the corner. Smith and Ban battling there, and Smith wins that battle, gets it to his captain Just. Owen Just dumps it in. Loughran trying to swipe it out. Kept alive by Macinter. Now Loughran finds it again, looking to clear, gets it ahead to Ban. Jason Ban with another shorthanded rush. He'll let go of a shot, and that just missed the top left corner, not by much. Fantastic penalty kill here for Glenbrook South as they get another dump down. Virtually nothing here offensively for North.
Took the words out of my mouth. They have not let the Spartans set up their power play, and that's exactly what you want to do if you're killing.
Adrian Sokol with a shot. That was stopped by a nice right pad of Raderman. Then thrown in front again, Ventura. Then up high. Here's a shot. Big save by Raderman. And there's a Spartan down on the ice. Rafalowski took a while to get up. He is laboring, hunched over. Not sure if he got a shot block on that high or if you saw anything, Max. 3.5 to go here in the second period. And it'll be an attacking zone face-off for GBS. Titans have found the lead in shots now, 27-25.
Yeah, not only are they putting on quantity of shots, they're putting on quality, as a lot of those shots have been very fast, and they're looking for that top corner where Raderman hasn't been able to track.
Face-off win for GBS. Vanderplug's shot blocked by a diving Ryan Sandler. Now Sandler with it again. Nice little move there to get it ahead of a defender, and he forces it out to neutral ice. That just by his teammate and intended target Macinter. Michael Demov below the line. Poked out of there by Wojula. Race for the puck, won by Adnan. Kasper Wojula hits a man into the boards. He was the Titans' only goal scorer in Game 2 of this series, the one that GBS lost 6-1 to bring us here to this Game 3. His pass ahead. Macinter gets it as he hops over the line, right wing side. Down to the corner, puts on the brakes. Noah Macinter being pressured, and eventually the puck squeaks free for the Titans. Sherwood out to Ventura. Nick Ventura from up high. That's an easy save for Raderman. Not too much action here in the last couple of minutes. A little physicality in that corner. Eventually GBN's going to come up with the puck. Adnan being pressured by Freemuth from behind. Gives it up, Jason Ban. Ban enters the zone down the left wing side. Centers it, looking for pass off the goalie's pads, and then Vanderplug finds the puck, shoots. He gets blocked. Freemuth looking over his options. Up high to Adrian Sokol with a shot, blocked by his own man, Freemuth. And GBN trying to spring ahead Dimov in a breakaway. He couldn't find the puck, so he races to the bench. Ban into the zone, out of the reach of Ventura. GBS will make a line change. Can the Titans get some insurance, or can the Spartans tie this game before we head to the locker room? 1.5 to go, a little less than that here in the second period.
You talk about that Luke Winger aggression. He just had it right there, played the puck immediately.
Wojula to Sherwood, this shot, and a save by Raderman again. One of the higher scoring goalie duels you'll see. Fantastic effort by both netminders here at the Glenview Ice Center. Final minute of the second period as this one gets sent down into GBN zone. Wilson with pressure from behind by Sherwood, then Wilson bumps into Wojula. Sherwood finds the puck, tries to shove it by, puck still loose. Titans think they've scored. And no signal from the referee yet.
This should be no goal, and it will be.
Boy, this net cam's going to give us a great look at that one.
I believe on that initial first cover attempt by Raderman, Raderman gets shoved there. Watch this right here. He clearly, but that also happens because he's shoved by the Spartans defender. So I'm now kind of caught in a decision here. I'm not sure.
Well, the first question is, did the puck cross the goal line? And we don't have much evidence there on that look. Jack Mulvey celebrated immediately.
If Mulvey's selling that celebration, they should give him an Oscar. He looks like he's just naturally very excited that went in.
So the call will be no goal. I think it's the right call. Never saw that puck cross the line. Even if they did have video review here, if they got to look at our goal cam, they can't come to a conclusive decision.
Guys, I think we've had more goal, no goal tight decisions in this one game than we've had all season on the SHL network.
I think you're right about that. If you were here from the beginning tonight, GBN thought they scored a goal in the opening 3 minutes of the game that was ruled off for a high stick after it was initially called a good goal on the ice. Just 20 seconds to go now in period 2. Both these teams looking for one last chance as the Titans taken down, thrown in front, Ventura, and a big save by Michael Raderman again. That's his 31st stop of the night.
Raderman a little bit aggressive there, just like Winger was earlier. He's got to come way back into that net, but he's there in time to make the stop. I did not happen to catch that hit in the corner that Titan fans were complaining about. Did you catch that, Dylan?
I saw a little bit of it out of my peripheral vision. I was focused on the puck, I think, like you were.
Yep.
But there you go. Again, maybe another potential penalty that goes uncalled.
I think this has been a really tough game to officiate.
Rafalowski into the zone, tried to center it for Macinter, grabbed by Lochran. And that should do it for the second period. The horn sounds to end the middle frame. The Titans leading the Spartans 3-2, looking for a chance to advance to the SHL final for the first time in 11 seasons of SHL existence. For GBN, it's absolutely not out of reach. They were down 3-1. They got it to 3-2 on that power play goal. What's going to be important for both teams to close it out with a victory in the third period?
I think for GBN, you just got to keep forechecking hard. I mean, I'm a hockey player, so I'm going to say what every hockey player says. Pucks in deep, forecheck, strip it away, and score on Winger up close, because that's how you're going to score on Luke Winger. For the Titans, you have the lead. You just got to keep playing your game. You're out shooting them by 7 now. You got 33 shots through 2 periods. Keep the shots up. Raderman's going to get tired. He's faced a lot of quality shots, so eventually he might just give out. We'll see.
14-0-0 for the Titans, their record after leading through 2 periods. The Spartans, when they trail after the first 2 periods, 3 wins and 13 losses. We will take a break here on the SHL Network. Thanks so much for tuning in to the first 2 periods. We've got an exciting finish to this one coming up. Winner to the SHL final, loser done for the season. Good stuff from Glenview. We'll see you after the break.
Melnick takes the pass. Ice Hawks. Jameis Rivals.
Backdoor, what a stop by Sawchenko!
Saturday.
Blocked by Kevin Fitzgerald.
It's
Sawchenko's taking matters into his own hands.
the Chicago Wolves take on their rivals, the Rockford Ice Hawks, tonight at 7 p.m. at Allstate Arena. Wolves.
Melnick takes the pass, shoots, he scores!
Ice Hawks.
Jamison Reese has two.
Rivals.
Backdoor, what a stop by Sawchenko.
Saturday.
Blocked by Kevin Fitzgerald.
It's
Sawchenko's taking matters into his own hands.
the Chicago Wolves take on their rivals, the Rockford Ice Hawks, tonight at 7.
Everybody relax.
No, we're not live right now. It's Gauger.
Paul Gauger, yeah.
Gauger, okay. Welcome back to the SHL Network on YouTube. It's been a crazy game between North and South here at the Glenview Ice Center. Season on the line, SHL final appearance for the winning team. We'll send it down to Max Anderson standing by with assistant coach of the Spartans, Paul Gauger. Max, down to you.
Thank you, Dylan. Paul, you guys have your backs up against the wall. If you don't find one here in the third, season's over. What do you got to do to get one past Winger?
Hey, you know what? I mean, it's so far the game is a pretty tight game. If we just stay out of the penalty box, get pucks behind their defensemen and get to the net, I think we'll be in good shape. Honestly, I think that the next goal wins the game.
They're only dressing four defensemen tonight. They've got some forwards pitching in on defense as well. How do you try to take advantage of that here as we get down the stretch in the third period?
Like we've been telling the boys, you make them play in their zone. We got to get pucks behind their defensemen and play beneath the hash marks, and I think we'll be in good shape.
Thanks, Paul. Good luck. Dylan?
Talk about staying out of the box. GBN on the penalty kill here so far, 3 out of 3. They did score a power play goal against the Titans. It was their second goal. 2 goals for number 19 in white out there, Josh Jenin. He hits the 30-point plateau in SHL action. Had 28 coming into today with his 2 goals, one of which was on a penalty shot. And for the Titans, it's been Jason Ban, Zach Freemuth, and Adrian Sokol.
Yeah, going back to Jenin's goals, both of them were pure perfection. The first penalty shot, as I brought up earlier, he flicks it right over the pad of Winger before Winger's able to poke check and poke it away out of the opportunity. And that second one, where he kind of creeps in the crease, goes to that low to high up in the slot and fires it up top for a second goal, both of them for the Spartans.
We had a delay coming back. If you're wondering why the intermission was so long, it's because the Zamboni dumped a bunch of snow just to the right of Luke Winger's net here for the third period. The officials down there right now trying to fix it up, put some snow on top of it.
Guys, it wasn't just that it dumped on purpose. It was so full of snow from how much these two teams chewed up the ice through those first 2 periods. It just got overloaded, so you had to go dump off the first load of snow that had built up in the Zamboni and then had to take a second pass. It's still kind of sketchy down there, and down by the Zamboni door here in the GBN zone, which I know where our cameras are, it's a little bit tough to tell. It's an absolute mess in front of that Zamboni door. They're trying to fix it now.
Dylan, you're sure hoping it's not like that St. Rita game you called.
Oh, yeah, with Andrew Rubin and Wes Anderson, of course, we drove, for me, I live up here on the North Shore, pretty close to the Glenview Ice Center. For me, it was about maybe an hour, 15 minutes to broadcast 5 minutes worth of a game before they had to cancel it because of those ice conditions. And obviously, this is a big, important game. Third period needs to happen, ideally today. JV SHL final, Game 2 between the Titans and York Dukes,
Hey, Dylan,
also taking place right after
Dylan,
this.
you didn't mention that your great bosses over at J&M Media made sure everybody got paid in
That's
full,
true.
even though we only had 5 minutes of broadcasting.
That's true. I remember you comparing it to once the pitch is thrown as an umpire, no matter what, you get the full fee.
Oh, yeah, you see the thunderstorm coming in as an umpire, you get that pitcher out on the mound, and you throw a pitch, and then you call the game.
So that at least covered my gas money, and there was a goal in that game in the first 5 minutes, so at least I got a little action.
Yeah, maybe. Was it good enough for the reel, or one you just had to pocket?
You know, I think I made a little error on that call. I think I said around a man instead of around a couple.
Now, here's another one I don't think I've ever seen at a hockey rink, guys. I've got both linesmen, I don't know if our cameras are on it, with goalie sticks trying to repair the defensive zone. This has been a bit of a facilities disaster here over the last 5 minutes.
That is classic, and if it's possible for Jimmy to communicate with our camera operators to show the linesman down there trying to fix the ice, it is a pretty funny scene. And still quite a long time has passed here since we got back on the air, and yeah, there you go. You get a look at it right there. And the stick handed back to Luke Winger.
Dylan, we only got a brief moment to talk to Wyatt Schmidt and Ian Finger there at the end of the first period, but I thought it was interesting. Kind of set them up. I was curious if they were going to say they're here as fans at all, but I really like that they both have that business-like approach. Nope, we are here to watch. We're here to learn. We're here to pick things up. And it doesn't matter, to your point, that sometimes the state championship gets a little bit more hype than the SHL championship. They're just as locked in for that game as they are for that United Center game.
New Trier, the SHL champion, I believe it's 6 out of 10 times in this league's existence since its debut season in 2012-13. They've lost to Loyola Gold last season. The year before that, the 2020 SHL playoffs that just got settled before the pandemic, they beat St. Viator in a 3-game series.
Guys, while we have this pause, I do want to take a moment here on the broadcast. Big thank you to you, Dylan, to you, Gerard Boris, for everything you guys have both done on the GBS Digital Network. I know that is GBS focus, but anytime you broadcast a GBS game against a Barrington or a York or a St. Viator, all those fans for all those other schools get a chance to see their sons, their grandsons, their nieces, their nephews. And Dylan, of course, all the great social media work you've done all season long.
Yeah.
Big thank you to you, and I know Gerard Boris is running the clock for us here tonight at this SHL semifinal Game 3 and everything you guys have done for the league. So big thank you to you, and want to make sure that here at SHL Network and J&M Media, we give you guys due praise.
Thank you very much, Max. And, you know, we didn't know that this game was going to be on the SHL Network until a few days ago. I was all set for the Twitch broadcast, so when GBS lost to Loyola in the state quarterfinals, I never really got to give a final send-off to all the GBS fans who were tuned into that one. And obviously I've had a lot of fun working in high school hockey, whether it be for GBS directly on their broadcast or here on the SHL Network from a neutral perspective. It's been one heck of a year for me as a broadcaster. I know, Luke, you do a lot of broadcast work with not just Prep Hockey Club, the high school team in the combined division, but also the Chicago Crush, the USPHL team.
Yeah, at least to make you feel better, I was doing my final send-off, and I looked at the hockey TV stream, and it said close, and I was like, oh, nobody's hearing me now, but if any Crush loyal viewers are here, we got a little bit of shoving here at center ice between Freemuth and Dimmoff. This is very weird.
Yeah, these teams getting a little bit of extra time here to skate around and get warm because of the long intermission. I think, Luke and Max, I could be wrong, but I think that was about maybe twice as long as a normal intermission was because of that delay.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think it is absolutely hysterical that they played the Rocky theme while the Zamboni driver was going out one more time. And we still got some discussions now between the Spartans bench and the officials.
I know Max is listening in to the conversation between the referee and Ben Stein, assistant coach behind the bench. Again, head coach of Glenbrook North, Evan Polakidis, not available for this contest due to too many penalties in their previous game and a suspension. So, Max, I'm sure when you're done listening into that conversation, you'll report back to us. Finally, the goaltenders have made their way to the net. Luke Winger and Michael Raderman, both with a great game so far. Raderman, 30 out of 33. Winger, 24 out of 26. And, again, there's definitely potential for Schmidt goaltending save of the game to happen here in the third period, but I don't think anything's going to really beat out that one just 3 minutes into the game.
I was going to say, it's got to be pretty locked in, almost entirely turning the lock on keeping that as the save of the game, as Raderman early in that game, that desperation save across. And you'll get the replay eventually if it is the save of the game.
So we've switched back to our first period sides. The GBS student section gets back to their feet. GBN student section, I see some eyeballs looking over saying, hey, maybe we should do that too. Maybe they're waiting for the puck to drop. Luke Winger and Michael Raderman locking it down here. Could very easily be 5 to 6 right now, based on the way the offenses have been going.
Oh, yeah, no question. If you are a new viewer right now, it's 3-2 because of the offensive chances, not because of bad goaltending. This is one of the better goaltending performances I've seen watching hockey all year, and there's still 5 total goals through 34 minutes of play.
Well, Luke, GBS has one of the best third period splits in the SHL, actually the best goal differential at a plus 20, 29-9, just 9 third period goals allowed in the 31 SHL games they've played this season. However, you look at GBN, they're very consistent period after period right now, and here in the SHL schedule, they have now gone 11 straight periods with at least a goal.
Wow, that is a very eye-catching stat line there. Will they keep it alive?
It's like GBN throws their skaters on the ice. GBS will do the same here, and we will finally get underway here in the third period.
That was some quality filler, guys. That was a good 10 or 15 minute delay we had here. Finally, we're getting underway.
Now back to what we're a little more comfortable with. Game action as Mulvey will face off against Noah Macinter, and the third period finally is underway here at Glenview Ice Center. Will it be the final period of the hockey game? We could very likely see some overtime here in Glenview. Smith keeps it alive left point. Spartans need to tie it up in order for us to see that. Vanderplug giving up Sandler. Gets it to Macinter. Noah Macinter swiped it over looking for Rafalowski, but it got caught up in a Titan skate. So here comes GBS. Wyatt Sherwood. Lots of power on that shot, but into the glove. Cool, calm, and collected of Michael Raderman.
At the start of the game, at the start of the period, excuse me, you could hear the glass behind Raderman like creaking, and that was because I believe there were some Northbrook Bluehawks players down there literally shaking the glass, and they were doing it for a straight 15 seconds. I am yet to see that this game until now.
16:25 to go in the third period. Fans everywhere here. Not an open seat in sight. And people lined up along the glass all around the rink. Adrian Sokol, that one popped over the glove of Raderman, but it leaks wide of the net. The Titan defenseman close to his 5th goal of the season and 2nd of the game. Speaking of a 2-goal performance, don't forget Josh Jenin for the Spartans. Not on the ice right now, but he has 2 goals in this one. Spartans looking for back-to-back hat tricks as they got one in game 2, and Sherwood takes a shot and a nice windmill save by Raderman.
Yeah, I don't think Raderman was trying to sell that windmill at all. That was just a fast shot, and he caught it in the back of his glove right away. That was an incredible effort, not only on the shot by Sherwood, but the save by Raderman.
That was a pretty good save, but I'm still not ready to call it better than that one he made earlier in the hockey game. Still our leading candidate for Schmidt goaltending save of the game.
Definitely.
Adrian Sokol in neutral ice. Ahead to Jason Ban. Ban left circle, looking to get around Rossi. Threw it to the net. That tipped off something. I think it was actually a GBN body. And Raderman puts a glove on top of it, but didn't get all of it.
Yeah, official just a little bit quick on that whistle. He knows, and he put his hands up. He's like, sorry about that. That's what they typically tend to do when they know they get it wrong. But no official is perfect. I believe the Spartans would have jumped on top of that rebound nonetheless, so it wasn't like it was a crucial whistle. But Titans always going to argue their case.
GBN has played in a lot of close games. Their 6-1 victory in Game 2 of this series, as this shot just goes wide, was their first win by multiple goals in 7 games. Last time they did that was January 25th against Loyola Gold. This puck will go into the net to stop play again.
Guys, I don't know if you're able to see, but the linesman near to you guys took a shot there as that was tossed off the netting. I know it's tough quarters there for you. Looks like he's up and all right, but that was scary there for a minute.
That's where the sideline roll comes in clutch here at the Glenview Ice Center.
Yep.
Obviously not the best sight lines here for us, but got an interesting setup here. If you can't tell, and you probably can't if you've never been here, because the camera is right down on the front row of the bleachers. All of the stands are elevated here, and the front row is maybe 10, 15 feet above the playing surface. Luke and I up here standing on the top row of the bleachers with our table with the whole setup behind us. So not an easy rink to come to for a broadcast, but hey, it's the SHL semifinal, and especially GBN. You know we had to make an appearance here. Second Game 3 for GBN that's been on YouTube here on the SHL Network. We saw them win in overtime against York to clinch the semifinals and their spot here against the Titans. Noah Wilson below his own goal line. Spartans looking to draw something up as quickly as possible. Here's Freemuth, though, finding it in neutral ice. He'll get it back down into the Spartan zone. They will lift it out. Glove down by Sokol. Adrian Sokol goes far side. Lochran touches it ahead, but it's grabbed and dumped back down by Siegel for the Spartans. This puck bounces off the near boards and comes back to Just, who dumps it in.
Great pressure here by the Spartans.
It'll leak outside the zone, but GBN will continue having possession of this puck. Just tips it in. Adrian Sokol chips it out, and Wilson will take it. Big collision. A couple of 65s on each side bump into each other. Wojcila and Wilson both took a spill there. Both look to be okay as they will both continue their shift. Then Wilson goes down again. Jack Mulvey sent him to the ice and had some words. Meanwhile, Josh Jenin looking for the hat trick. His shot blocked by Sokol. Now Owen Just. Taken away, Grant Lochran. Got it ahead to Jack Mulvey. Mulvey over the line. Lost the puck, and it gets taken away by North. Here's Jenin to Owen Just. Owen Just trying to get through Lochran, but Grant Lochran with a good defensive play. Then a hit into the corner. As we continue game action, it gets cleared down. It'll be an icing against the Titans, and that'll stop the clock with 13:34. Max, we didn't get a great look at that corner hit. What'd you see?
Oh, it's been collisions up and down the ice, guys. Look clean to me, but it always seems to go. Once there's one big hit, 2 or 3 seem to follow. It's exactly what we saw over the last minute. Physicality picking up. We'll see how these referees officiate it here in the third period of a tight playoff game. Got to balance the rule book and physicality in a big moment.
Steiner threw it to the net with a backhand. Big save made by Luke Winger, and that got cleared into the Titan bench. Connor Steiner, again, mentioned this earlier, scored his first SHL goal of the season last game in Game 2. Looking for another there.
Going back on that reverse hit by Wilson earlier on the Spartans. That was the greatest reverse hit I have seen all year in person. And I've been to a decent amount of hockey games, to say the least.
Vanderplug, out of the zone it comes. Hatzimakis being pressured by Steenstrup, but Dimov will get it. Michael Dimov entering the zone. Touch it over to Schoenberg. Schoenberg's shot turned away. And here comes GBS again. Matt Callahan over the line, left wing side. Down to the corner, puts on the brakes. Battle for the puck below the line. Titans get it out, but it goes right to Steiner, who gets it out to neutralize for Dimov, who takes a spill, and that'll allow GBS to dump it back into the zone. Steenstrup to Callahan, kicked it ahead and couldn't get it on his stick. Steiner looking to send it out. Freemuth kept it alive. Zach Freemuth, who has 3 points in this game, and Steenstrup goes down on a hit from Dimov, no call. Dimov with a great move around Vanderplug. Couldn't get ahead of Grant Loughran, who loses his stick. Now Rafalowski, poke checked away by Luke Winger, and the Titans will get it back. Here's Ventura. He comes over the line, right wing side, wires one, was going wide. Rebound, Jason Band, left side, got a tip on its way, and the save made from Raderman. What a sequence after a kind of slow start to this period. Sokol shoots, rebound, Band, threw it high, and the Titans hurt after the play. Nick Ventura laboring, and that'll draw a whistle.
And Dylan, I got to clarify for you, that was not thrown high. That was on net. Raderman just at the last second got a piece of that and deflected it off the cage. Huge save keeping GBN in this game in the third period.
Nick Ventura with his line mates talking to him, Zach Freemuth and Jason Van. Clearly in a lot of pain here. 11:57 to go in the third period. And he'll need help from his teammates back to the bench, and some applause from all fans here at the rink, whether they're wearing blue or green, as he skates back to the bench.
Yeah, Ventura's taken a lot of hits all game, and I don't know exactly what injured him there, but Ventura has been an absolute gladiator this entire game, taking all the hits, all the slashes, everything possible. He's going to need some ice when he gets home, and whatever just happened there, we hope you're all right, everybody here.
Face-off won by GBN. Ryan Rossi ahead to Sandler, who dumps it in. Ryan Sandler threw it right on net. Luke Winger made the save, looking to add on from his hat trick in Game 2.
And speaking of Luke Winger, he had a textbook poke check on that opportunity that the Spartans had, one-on-one right in front of Winger, and he timed it literally perfectly. He misses that, it's a tie game.
Titans take this face-off. Adrian Sokol to Kasper Wojcila. Out to neutral ice, goes right to the stick of GBN's Ryan Sandler, who dumps it in. Masinter, far side, down to Rafalowski. Goes up high with it, Rossi. He shoots, that one just misses the net to the right. Now they keep it in for a moment, but then Wojcila does force it out of the zone. Adnan circles back. Missed a man with a pass, and that'll be a Glenbrook North icing, and they'll have to take a face-off in their own zone, circle to Raderman's left.
Got to connect on those passes if you're the Spartans, because now you're back in your own defensive zone, and you don't want Raderman to take any more shots. It's already 38 shots for the Titans, nearing 40, as there's still 11 minutes and 16 seconds to go.
Both these teams looking for an opportunity to play in the one-game elimination SHL final against New Trier Green. New Trier Green only lost 4 games in the SHL this season, but each of these teams responsible for one of them. Loyola and Barrington, the other 2 teams that have bested New Trier Green this year. This clearing attempt goes to Rafalowski instead. Now Masinter being pressured, will get it down low. Sandler will pick it up below the line. Now Rafalowski. Back for Sandler. Missed him with that pass, and Adrian Sokol will find it and clear it all the way down. It'll be an icing against the Titans, and now it's their turn to take a D-zone draw.
I think the Spartans have done a great job on getting pucks at the net. They're getting outshot, but they also have 32 shots right now. One thing I pointed out earlier that still hasn't really come together for the Spartans is they're not placing their offensive players right on the rebounds, and they just keep falling out to the Titan defensemen.
Nick Ventura Takes a shot. Awkward save by Raderman, but he made it. And it goes down into the corner. Jason Ban. Giving up. Here comes Jenin, sitting on 2 goals tonight. Josh Jenin will backhand this one into the zone. Winger will catch it and glove it. Luke, going off what you just said, Spartans pressuring, even though they're being outshot. Oddly enough, the GBN Spartans coming into this one have been outshot in 5 straight SHL games, but a 3-2 record in that stretch.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the recent games, the shots have been pretty high, but not this high. And GBN's doing their job. GBS just doing it better.
GBS with a 3-on-2. Ventura right back out there after that injury. That's good news for Jim Philbin. Now he's got the puck. He shoots, and Raderman makes the save and hangs on. 10:05 to go in the third period. Titans eclipse 40 shots on goal with that Nick Ventura attempt. Still just lead the game 3-2. Raderman having an absolutely outstanding game in net.
No question about it. Raderman, .925 save percentage throughout this game.
Freemuth will take the faceoff here against Aiden Siegel. Aiden Siegel wins it back. Comes to just on the near side in the corner. Out to neutral ice it goes, grabbed by Adrian Sokol. Sokol stripped away by Just, racing in there Grant Loughran. Got it back for Adrian Sokol. Giveaway here as Siegel takes it. Tried to feed Josh Jenin, but it's poked away by the Titans, and they have numbers the other way. Another 3-on-2. Jason Ban, drop-off pass for Ventura. He was looking to go back for Ban, but they couldn't connect on that. Here comes North. Owen Just. 6 points in his last 4 games in SHL play. Owen Just centered it, looking for Siegel, and they couldn't connect there for a quality look. Katsamakis just can't keep it in the zone. He'll have to chase back out to neutral ice. Spartans looking to catch the Titans in a change. Jacob Smith over the line, gets rid of a shot, and that goes high of the net. Katsamakis one-timer from the right point, and Luke Winger makes the save. Adrian Sokol looking to clear the zone, but ran into Katsamakis, who dumps it back in. Spartans have been dominating this third period so far. Titans have had their looks. Maybe another here is Wojcila's shot, blocked by Katsamakis. Here comes GBN. Steiner, Dimov to the net. Luke Winger steers it aside. Now out to Kasper Wojcila. Looking to make it goals in back-to-back games. Wojcila tried to pull it to his backhand to tap it into the net. Lost the puck, and I believe the goal comes off its post there to stop the play with 8:21 to go in the third. Nothing yet in this third period.
I'm very surprised. There have been a lot of shots in this third period, but both goaltenders just doing their goaltender job.
GBS will take the attacking zone draw. Circle to Raderman's left. Macinter against Stevens.
75 total shots in this game.
Unreal. And just 5 goals on those shots. This one out to GBN zone. It's Adnan getting it to Rossi. Back to Adnan. He bobbled the puck. Racing in there is Eric Steenstrup. Now to Callahan. Matt Callahan takes a shot. Stopped by Raderman. And on the rebound, Steenstrup's hack. Also saved by number 70, the sophomore in net for the Spartans.
I just shake my head every time you say sophomore. A young talent. It's a bright future for the Spartans. No question about it.
The varsity team with a more successful ways than last season, or more successful season rather, in many ways, more than just one. Look at their record. They were a 6 seed last year. They were actually a 7 seed last year in the SHL. Finished as a 5 seed. 5 seed in the state playoffs as well. Made it to the state Elite 8 after getting knocked out in the Sweet 16. Made it to the SHL semis after being knocked out in the quarters last year. It's not enough for them. They want to try and tie this game, force overtime, or maybe even win it in regulation. This one chips into the Spartan bench. It'll be another face-off. This game has gone on for quite a while. I believe there's probably been a lot more whistles than usual. This game started at 4:40. It is now almost 2 hours after that.
Oh, wow.
Usually you see these varsity games, and maybe 2 hours is the cap if it goes to overtime.
Yeah.
We still got 7:41 to go in the third period. Big part of that is not just the pace of the game itself, but that long delay during the intermission with the Zamboni problem. Jenin to Just. Owen Just trying to center it. Blocked by Loughran. Now right in front, here's a shot. They score! No goal! Waved off by the referee as Jenin continues his celebration. And are they going to say the net came off? It's post there.
Let's see. I don't think he... But he didn't knock off the... It looks like he didn't knock off the... Here's the
goal cam right there.
That's a goal. That is... I have zero bias in this game. That is the most obvious goal call we've seen of the controversies today. That has to be a goal. Winger kicks off the post, but they're going to wave that off.
And not only does he kick off the post, Luke, it's after the goal crosses the line, so it shouldn't even be part of the equation anyway. GBN absolutely robbed if this one's not going to stand. That was Jenin too, so that's the hat trick if that one stands.
I'm speechless right now. That should absolutely be a goal, and we should have a game knotted up at 3.
Well, obviously no replay review. They can't take a look at our goalie cam, unfortunately. They're going to have to try and make this call right based on what they've seen. But, I mean, Luke, the right call is without any question in my mind that it's a tie game right now.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know how any... You look at this replay again. There's nobody there to knock off the post. I thought originally Sokol kicked off that post, but it's Winger. And either way, it's a GBS player. That goal should count 100% of the time.
Max, what's the attitude down there on the Spartan bench?
They're stunned. They have no idea why this would not be a goal. They're desperate for an explanation. Players on the ice certainly think it was a goal. Still having a discussion.
And
I'm going to mute my mics because there's a lot of bad words going on down here.
No problem. So we have some more time to fill. 7:22 on the clock. No goal on the ice. Waved off by the referee. Goal off its posts after Luke Winger kicked it off after the puck went over the goal line. And now the referee's over talking to Paul Gauger, Ben Stein, and Rob Schmidt leading the charge behind the Glenbrook North bench today. Boy, that is a game-changing call if the GBN does not get this.
I'm sorry that I'm not talking, Dylan. I am just dumbfounded by what's going on.
We can actually see Aiden Siegel pointing up to us. I think he's indicating to he's talking to a linesman right now. Aiden Siegel just pointed right at us. I think he's saying, let's get the YouTube stream going and take a look at that.
They should. They should have a video up in the box down there because, well, yes, but...
I know Max Anderson is down there listening in to the explanation from the referee. We'll check in on him as soon as he gets word. But right now the Titans are lined up at the circle, and it'll be no goal. Wow.
Unbelievable.
This game should be tied up 3-3
Guys, I just want
to
give you the referee's words on this.
Yeah.
He said that when Luke Winger pushed off the post that it dislodged the net before the goal was scored. I can't see it.
Yeah.
You guys are up there. You guys can tell me
Max,
better.
just
Dylan,
wait till you get
right.
a look at this replay. That's as clear as day. And GBS with a massive break right here. They keep the lead instead of this game being tied. Jenin gets robbed of his hat trick. Ben Stein clapping his hands down at the Spartan bench. That's all he can do when a call doesn't go your way, is you just got to live with it. And actually after the whistle, a little pushing and shoving down there to our right.
Offsetting calls, it looks like it'll be like. Oh, wait. One penalty box door opening only. Up, Freemuth looks like he'll be heading the box too.
Looks like Wilson and Freemuth will get those coincidentals. So we'll stay 5-on-5. GBS loses their top scorer. Luke, I've broadcasted a ton of games this season, and some, they were just radio, some on Twitch where you don't have the replay. But, I mean, just looking at that goal cam, Luke, if you are a Spartan fan watching at home, don't be afraid to say it. Your team got robbed.
Yeah, I am so from the start, you don't even need a replay. That's just, I don't know what the official was looking at. He must have not been paying attention. Like, that's all I could tell you.
Jason Ban pokes it ahead. 7 minutes to go in regulation time. This one will get forced out to neutral ice. Here comes Owen Just. Just toe drag in on net, and he didn't get a shot away. Puck fell off his stick.
And I'll tell you what, Dylan, I'm typically not tough on officials. Like, when there's a clear penalty, or not a clear penalty, when there's a very non-clear penalty and our bench is complaining about it as a hockey player, I'm like, guys, that's not a penalty. Like, what are you complaining about? I thought today that the officials were doing a very good job on keeping it even until then, and that just kind of trashed my opinion on them, unfortunately. Not that my opinion matters to them, but
maybe we should give them the Schmidt goaltending save of the game, not allowing that as a goal. Titans in their attacking zone, Ban to the near side. This one goes to Josh Jenin. The scorer of that disallowed goal plays it off the backboards, and it goes to Jacob Smith.
He should have the 6th hat trick for GBN on the season.
Jacob Smith over to Siegel. Blocked by the body and stick of Sokol, and then thrown to the net by Jenin, and it just goes high of the crossbar. Owen Just behind the Titan cage, looking for a centering pass, can't get it by Adrian Sokol. Just pulls it ahead again. Owen Just lost the puck, kept alive, or so he thought. Katsamakis had to chase it outside the zone.
Titans playing great defense on Just tonight. They've definitely studied the books after those previous games with Just.
This will go all the way down, near side corner battle. The puck comes free. Adnan with it. Ahead to Sandler, who spins and dumps it down. Getting to crunch time here at the Glenview Ice Center for the Spartans. They trail 3-2 in a elimination situation, not just from this tournament, but for the season overall. No game after this one for the losing team. Just one for the winning team. It's the SHL final.
To have for the GBN players, they have to be furious right now. Yeah, it should have been a goal. It wasn't a goal. This could be, for the seniors, this could be your last game you play in high school hockey.
Luke, to your point, you've got to refocus, right? We're 2 minutes past it. We've played the game now. We've got 5 minutes. And, yeah, absolutely robbed. There's no question, according to you guys. But they've got to refocus. They've got some anger that they're trying to channel into energy here.
Exactly.
Vanderplug down in the corner. Now Sherwood finds it. Dumps it the length. That'll be another Titan icing. Stopping the clock with 5:07 to go in the third. GBS leading the game 3-2 and shots 44-35 on the hockey game.
That's a lot of shots.
That is a lot of shots. Titans will take a D-zone face-off. Circle to Luke Winger's left. Jack Mulvey will go against Macinter.
One shot away from hitting 80 shots in total between the two teams. Great play by Sandler.
Kept alive by Sandler, as you pointed out. Now down low, Rafalowski. Rafalowski centers it, but right to a Titan. Sherwood feeds Jack Mulvey. Mulvey across the line. Taken away by Glenbrook North. And here comes Macinter over the line. Noah Macinter down by the goal line. Still with the puck. Looking over his options for a pass. Macinter takes a shot. Save made by Winger. Rebound was also stopped. Sandler got another look there. 4:32 to go in the third.
Great patience by Macinter, circling and circling, waiting for that right lane. He got a shot off even though he was in kind of a tough position to shoot it from. And it almost erupts in a rebound goal. Good cover up by Winger.
Titans, if they can hang on here to the lead, 4 minutes, 32 seconds away from their first appearance in the championship round at Glenview Ice Center. Jenin scores!
Puck don't lie.
He does get the hat trick, and we are all tied with 4.5 to go in the third, 3-all.
You talk about the term ball don't lie. Puck don't lie. Jenin knows he got that goal. He's technically got 4 now, but on the stat sheet he has 3. And he has the right side of the building on their feet and electric.
Guys, some understandable apprehension when that one went in. Coaching staff was looking around like, are we sure? Is that in? Is that in? And
Yeah,
they had to wait an extra second.
Max, we saw a delayed reaction even on the ice with the celebration. The hat trick for number 19 in white. Now in all 3 games of this series, there has been a hat trick. Freemuth in Game 1, Sandler in Game 2, and now Jenin here in Game 3.
No hats on the ice.
No,
due
we
to
got
the netting.
got the netting here. Siegel will dump this in. Owen just picks it up near side. Taken away by the Titans, they spring ahead to neutral ice. Jason Ban with a shot blocked by the stick of Katsamakis. And now a big hit down in the near side. It'll draw a penalty. Max, we were completely blinded by that. What'd you see?
Boy, I don't know. That's... I'd love to get a second look at it. I don't know if any camera was able to pick it up. That's a really tough call at this point in the game, though.
So Aiden Siegel is going to have a seat in the penalty box.
Yeah,
And the Titans are going to get a late power play.
He's visually upset there, and he was really letting the ref know there, but he's got to watch what he says because you could get another penalty just for talking to the ref with a tone. Depends on the officials you get, but looks like he will just get the 2 minutes there.
Crazy game at the Glenview Ice Center, and it gets even crazier. The Titans heading back to the power play, 0 for 3 on the evening so far. Against St. Viator, both their overtime winners came on the power play in the quarterfinals. Freemuth into the zone, backhands it low. Wilson finds it, tries to clear it. Sherwood can't keep it in the zone, and Adrian Sokol will circle back. Zach Freemuth near side. Chips it in. Sherwood picks it up below the line. Wyatt Sherwood up high, Zach Freemuth. Freemuth back to Sherwood with a shot. Blocked by Wilson and cleared by GBN.
Wow. And by the way, I'm not sure if you heard that, Dylan, but Siegel got a 2 and 10 there, so he will not be back in for regulation. If OT goes super, super late, we might see him back.
Wow, good pickup by you, Luke. He's a key player for them. Here comes Just shorthanded. Owen Just trying to pull it ahead, but Freemuth with a good defensive play to knock it off his stick. Leading scorer on leading scorer right there for each side. 2:30 to go in the third, 50 seconds on the power play. Adrian Sokol enters the zone, and it's dumped immediately by GBN.
Guys, that near linesman just took down Sokol. It was an accident, but that's one of the bigger hits we've seen all game from the linesman.
That linesman has had a tough go. He got drilled by a puck earlier. I don't know if it was the same one. Ventura down to the corner, Will Stevens. Stevens plays it up to Jason Ban, who goes to Sokol with it. Here's a shot deflected wide. And GBN will try and get it out of the zone, and Loughran, it does just sneak past him, and they'll have to regroup. Just 10 seconds to go on this power play now as this puck gets dumped in by GBS. Winger tapping his stick to let them know the end is coming. And GBN will force it out, and that'll end the power play, so they get a huge kill to keep it 3-3 in the final moments of the game. Battle for the puck, near side corner. Eventually it comes free and out to neutral. Here comes Ban over the line. Jason Ban with a shot and a big save by Michael Raderman.
I don't know if the thumbs of the shot keeper here at Glenview Ice Center is a little bit happy today, but if it really is 42-45, whether the stats say it are true or not, Raderman has just been absolutely outstanding in net for GBN all night tonight, guys. Absolutely locked in.
No kidding about that, Max. GBN wins this game. It's almost hard to pick between him and the hat-trick scorer for player of the game, and we're going to get a timeout called here by Glenbrook South to talk things over. 1:25 to go in regulation, and I think this is as good of a time as any, Jimmy, to officially declare that Raderman save at the very beginning of the game, our Schmidt goaltending save of the game. Congratulations, Michael Raderman. What a stop that was.
That was an incredible stop. Post to post. Desperation. You knew it had to be up here, and you knew it had to be save of the week.
So a timeout again. Here called late in a tie game. Overtime looming unless either of these two teams can find a game winner. Both GBS and GBN advanced to the SHL semifinals via an overtime series clincher. GBS taking down St. Viator, Glenbrook North defeating York, who is actually in the state championship game. Just goes to show you, things can be different here in the SHL than in the state bracket. Usually it's somewhat similar, but even last year, Neutral Green Loyola in the final for SHL, Stevenson St. Viator in the final for state. Timeout over, teams getting ready to line up. GBN will have a quick huddle with everyone out there. Wojcila creeps in there to try and hear what's going on.
And they'll drop the smile on his face. They're still having fun. Nervy, but they're having fun.
Both these teams want this win very badly, not just for the sake of the playoffs, but huge rivalry here too.
Yeah, you talk about it. For GBS, you don't want to be a senior and have your entire career ended by GBN, and same applies for the other side.
Masinter into the zone. Sticked away by Loughran. Noah Masinter down to the corner. Smith up high, down low, puck loose, and found by Sokol. He gets it ahead to Wojcila, missed him with a pass. And it will not be an icing, it got tipped. 50 seconds to go in the third period. Wojcila throws it in front, and it's sticked away. Here comes Anthony Rafalowski. Through the neutral zone, Rafalowski got poke checked away, and GBN will dump it back in. Here's Rafalowski again. 35 to go. Adrian Sokol taking his time here. Feeds it to Sherwood. Over the blue line, Wyatt Sherwood lost the puck. It got poked away from him. Now here comes GBN again. Ryan Sandler. He will just dump this one in. Looks like both these teams just sort of content here with letting the clock drain. 4 seconds on the clock. There's the horn. So Luke, Max, next goal will win this series and send the winning team to the SHL final.
As if there was any other way for this one to come to an end. Sudden death overtime coming. Everybody knows 5-on-5 overtime here for the first 10 minutes, and should we get to a second overtime, we'll head to 3-on-3. But north-south for a chance to go to the SHL final. Can't think of any better way to end it.
Yeah, this is one shining moment, and it depends on who it'll be, but just coming time of March, this is an awesome time to have an overtime matchup, and this is an awesome venue to have an overtime. This is an awesome everything, Dylan. I'm very excited for this.
And GBN with the best overtime record out of all SHL teams, a whopping 6-1 in the extra session, 8-1 if you include 2 shootout wins as well for the Spartans. GBS in overtime, 3-1, 4-2 if you count the shootout. But GBS played both of their quarterfinal games in overtime and won both of them with a power play goal. GBN, of course, won it in overtime against York in Game 3. So the Spartans have been in this situation before where it's come to the end of the series, Game 3. There's no forcing another game. It's just next goal wins the series.
Yep, I know you guys were covering that game. I was right, GBN York, I was right at the other rink doing the Crush game. After the Crush game, I sat in the grill and I watch that overtime winner, and oh boy, it was York home ice, so the parents weren't very happy, but very, very quiet.
I had my earpiece out for most of that pause period there, but guys, one thing I always like to remind in this first OT, we're back to the second period alignment as far as changes here. So the long change from both benches, always important in overtime. Keep a close eye on that, have clean changes, and when you want to put the puck deep, the puck's got to get deep.
Don't forget, no shootouts here in the SHL playoffs. We will play until there's a goal scored. 10 minutes on the clock. And if nothing decided after the opening 10 minutes, we'll switch to a 3-on-3 to decide the series. An endless 3-on-3 from there on out. Jack Mulvey, who has scored one of GBS's overtime winners, will take the face-off against Macinter, and we are underway in the fourth period here at Glenview Ice Center. Classic game between North and South here in the SHL playoffs. Mulvey tried to get it out. Smith kept it alive at the left point, takes a shot. Luke Winger steers it away. Jack Mulvey looking to lift this one out. Hits something, I think a body, and then Jack Mulvey eventually does bring it out. Mulvey over the line. Put it through the legs of Katsamakis, then centered it looking for Sherwood. Close chance there. Back up high, Adrian Sokol with a blast. That got blocked by a skate. Rebound, they try and tap it home, and Raderman makes the save and gets a whistle. 9:18 to go in the OT.
I have no idea how Wojcila angled himself there. Look at that. He literally has to do a full 180 there, and he was in a really awkward position and still got that shot off. Although it didn't go in, it was a very good shot attempt by Wojcila.
Freemuth against Jenin. Two guys with a hat trick in this series. Face-off one back by GBN. Josh Jenin back for Owen Just. Quick touch pass to Michael Dimov. Dimov into the zone. Taken away by Adrian Sokol. Plays it to the near side for Band. They can't get it out initially, but then Freemuth will come in there, and another board battle along the near side. Down goes Freemuth, and the Spartans will force it out. Pardon me, the Titans will bring it ahead. Jason Band, left side. Stuffed on his shot as it's pinned up against the boards. Owen Just out to neutral ice and all the way down to the Titan zone. No icing as it got deflected. Adrian Sokol out to neutral ice. Hendrickson threw it into the zone. Sokol found it, and he will backhand it in. Owen Just plays it off the glass and out to neutral ice where Sokol finds it again. Adrian Sokol with one dangle around Just, but then couldn't get around Hendrickson, and the Spartans looking to get it out, but it's kept alive again. Wyatt Sherwood to the net. Puck bobbling and just missed the crease. Now back down to GBS territory. Grant Loughran, it'll be an icing. Boy, guys, I know time on ice is not something we track here in the SHL, but with the Titans' limited defense setup, I'd love to know how many minutes Adrian Sokol has had out there.
Working on it for next year's budget, Dylan. We'll see if we can get those trackers, those game trackers that the guys in the NHL have.
The shots on goal per specific player, too.
For all you SHL schools out there that might be watching, if you're interested in sponsoring the on-ice player trackers.
Hey, yeah, why not? Face-off in GBN zone, won by the Spartans. Here's Rafalowski in his own zone. Rafalowski circles back. Passes it to Smith, who goes to Katsamakis with it. Connor Katsamakis ahead to Rafalowski. Spartans enter the zone. Rafalowski centers it, loose puck, and it's taken away by GBS and forced out to neutral ice. Poked ahead by Sherwood. Couldn't get a clean breakaway, though, and Rafalowski will give it to Macinter as the Spartans come over the line again. Macinter down below the goal line. He'll throw it to the net, looking for Sandler. Didn't connect with him. An eerie silence here at the Glenview Ice Center in this next goal win situation. Wojcila chipping it into the zone. That deflects off something on the Titan bench, and that'll draw stoppage with 7:08 here in the OT.
Yeah, to your point, Dylan, you can feel the uneasy tension, right? This place is still absolutely packed. I don't see any newly opened seats. It's just everybody sitting on their hands, feeling that nervous energy.
Allow a goal, your season is over. Score one, you're in the championship game here in the league. Face off in neutral ice, one back by Jenin. Spartans will send it all the way down. Not really sure why, but that'll be an icing. 46 shots for the Titans, 38 for the Spartans. Unbelievable effort by Michael Raderman. Jenin and Freemuth for the draw. Jenin wins it back. Brady Hendrickson plays it to the near sides for Dimov. Found by the Titans, and a quick shot on target, and a quick alert save by Michael Raderman again. That's his 44th stop of the night.
Unbelievable night for Raderman. Those of you that are new tuning in, that guy is a sophomore, and he has made 44 saves. What a night for him. That's a .936 save percentage.
Wow.
Throughout.
Impressive against one of the best teams in the state.
Yeah.
As a sophomore. Very bright future ahead for GBN between the pipes. This one will be poked down to GBS's zone. Adrian Sokol plays it off the near side boards to Sherwood. Wyatt Sherwood tape to tape with Jack Mulvey, but taken away by GBN. Ryan Sandler over the line. Takes a shot, that one goes wide. Wilson kept it alive, takes a shot, that got deflected. Sandler couldn't settle it down for himself initially. Goes back up high to Hendrickson, thrown in the direction of the net, but blocked by Sokol. 6 minutes to go in overtime before we switch to 3-on-3 if nobody scores. Wojcila down in the corner. Vanderplug with it. Plays it off the boards, kept alive. Rafalowski dumping it down, but right to Vanderplug. Tie up there, loose puck, and finally Wojcila finds it and gets it outside the zone. Which team will crack first? Sherwood into the zone, slap shot, he scores! Wyatt Sherwood sends the Titans to their first ever SHL final with the overtime game-winning goal.
Well, Dylan, they've been looking for those corners all game, and it pays off right there. Raderman positioned very well there, and they just find that bottom right as it tips off Raderman's left pad. Great performance by Raderman and the Spartans. Just truly outplayed by the end, and the Titans are on to the championship.
Wyatt Sherwood's 11th SHL goal this season, his second of SHL playoff action, and the varsity rookie gets it done for the team in black, who have never tasted the SHL finals before, and they've been in this league every single season since the 2012-13 seasons. And the Titans of Glenbrook South will play New Trier Green on Wednesday night for the SHL title.
Before we head down to Max, I would just like to say Jason Ban, and now all the Titans coming in to show some support for their rivals, but Jason Ban helped up Jenin, must have had a good talk with him. Jenin clearly emotional after having the game of his life, but although the rivals, they still live pretty close to each other, and apparently a lot of them have a good bond, so it's good to see that type of sportsmanship in such a rivalry.
Don't go anywhere. We're not done yet. We'll hear from Max Anderson and a player of his choice. Titans win it 4-3 here on 47 shots on target to the Spartans 38. And looks like Max has found the overtime game-winning goal scorer, Wyatt Sherwood. So, Max, if you're ready, we'll send it down to you.
Yeah, he's popping the lid here. Wyatt, you got the OT game winner to send your team to the SHL final. Tell me what you're feeling right now.
I'm feeling amazing. I mean, it's not just me, it's the whole team, especially winger and net. We're all working, we're all going hard. And yeah, we deserve it.
You extend your season for one more game, do or die Wednesday night. What are you looking for in that game?
Go hard, get pucks deep, shoot a lot, get pucks on net. That's all we need to do, just simple hockey.
Thank you, Wyatt. Congratulations. We'll see you Wednesday night.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Max. So you heard it right there. Wednesday night at Centennial Ice Rink in Wilmette, the SHL final single game series against New Trier Green for Glenbrook South. And boy, has that been quite a rivalry this season as well. The number 1 and the number 2 teams for most of the season battling out in the league title here in the SHL.
Yeah, that'll be exciting to watch. If you watch this game, you better head over to SHL Network on what will be Tuesday, you said?
Wednesday since GBS won. Yeah.
Yes, Wednesday.
And that'll be the last game of the season for the Titans. Of course, New Trier Green will go ahead to the United Center after that one for their final game of this 2022-23 campaign. The teams will shake hands here after the series. Luke, I'm not sure if this is your first time experiencing the Glenbrook South, Glenbrook North rivalry in person, but boy, was that a fun atmosphere tonight.
Oh, it was awesome. And I know that there have been games that have even been more packed out than this one. So this rivalry, although some of them are friends and it showed at the end, it's always fun seeing these two teams clash. I've watched online multiple times, but seeing it in person is a different experience.
There's just always a little more pep in their step when they have a fixture against each other. We're not done yet. I think we're still waiting on
we're gonna get Jimmy Philbin here in a second. But guys, I do want to touch. You mentioned it, right? All the multi-sport athletes that technically have moved on to their spring sports season just goes to show you how much this matchup, this team means to these Titan players. Guys like Luke Winger, who's got a lacrosse season, Jason Bannon, a baseball season, several other guys that they're still going hard here on a Saturday afternoon. Like you talked about, the early hours, the early practices. There's nothing like this rivalry. There's nothing like this league.
I mean, it's just about as close to a Loyola New Trier as you're going to get in the SHL. Some would argue it's an even bigger rivalry. I think actually fans on social media voted that this GBS-GBN rivalry was a bigger rivalry than the Loyola New Trier rivalry. As Jim Philbin makes his final round in the handshake line with all-star for the Spartans Owen Just. And then finally the handshake with interim coach Ben Stein taking over behind the bench. And Max has found Jimmy Philbin, so Max, down to you.
Yeah, thank you, Dylan. Coach, you guys were up 3-1. They battle back 3-3. All the emotion of this week, all of the players playing multiple sports, you get it done in overtime. Just talk about this group and what they've meant and what they showed you here tonight.
These guys are a family. I mean, they came tonight, they battled, like I said before the game, pretty somber practices, right? Wanted to get to win state, and that didn't happen, so we knew the next best thing is winning the SHL. We're the top league in the state, and that's what we wanted to focus on, and the boys battled, never gave up, and kept throwing pucks to the net, and good things happened.
You got one more game. You're one of the few teams in the league that's made New Trier look human this season. How do you do it Wednesday night?
Man, oh man, they're a great team. They're deep, the 4 lines, their goaltending's great, their D's great, you know, and we just got to come to play, and we'll start watching more film on New Trier this week.
Love that. We'll see you Wednesday night, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. Dylan?
Thank you very much, Max. An exciting game here from the Glenview Ice Center. It was my pleasure to be here with Luke Jordan and Max Anderson. Luke, do you have any final thoughts before I send us off?
If you're here for this game, it is one you'll remember, especially me, myself.
Not only if you're here, if you were tuned in on the SHL Network.
Exactly.
Didn't know we were going to do this game until a couple days ago, but we got the call, and boy, they made the right choice to get this one on the network. So for everybody involved in our broadcast today, Matt Freeman and Joel Schneider on the cameras, Gerard Boris manually controlling the scoreboard on your screen, Jimmy the Wiz Olsen, our technical engineer, as always, Max Anderson down on ice level, Luke Jordan, our analyst tonight. My name is Dylan Ward, saying thank you for tuning in to the SHL Network. One more game here of league playoffs. It'll be Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Centennial Ice Rink, New Trier Green and Glenbrook South. Oh, and you know we're going to be there on YouTube again. So see you there.